You're watching EAC News. Thanks for joining us. The 11th Cambodia-EU Joint Committee Meeting was held in Phnom Penh in a hybrid format Thursday and Friday, 10th 11th of March, to review the progress made since the 10th Joint Committee Meeting held in Brussels back in 2018. The meeting was co-chaired by the Secretary of State of Cambodian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Deputy Managing Director for Asian-Pacific European External Action Service. EAC News reporter Darshana Guchin has more details.
According to a joint press release issued by Cambodia and the European Union, the 11th Cambodia-EU Joint Committee Meeting saw the exchange of views on a wide range of bilateral and multilateral issues, including the latest political developments in both Cambodia and the EU. The meeting also discussed other matters such as the situation in Ukraine, Cambodia's chairmanship of ASEAN, the situation in Myanmar, the global economy, climate change, EU-ASEAN Strategic Partnership and cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region. The EU commended Cambodia for successfully convening the 13th Asia-Europe meeting in 2021, which demonstrated the shared efforts and commitment in addressing the COVID-19 pandemic and ensuring that multilateralism remains relevant and effective in addressing regional and global issues. The EU further expressed its full support for Cambodia's 2022 ASEAN chairmanship, as well as the appointment of the Minister of Foreign Affairs Deputy Prime Minister Prak Sokhonn as the special envoy of ASEAN to Myanmar. Three main subgroups under the headings of trade and investment, cooperation, and institution building, administrative reform, legal and judicial reform, governance, and human rights also moved forward with discussions on progress in each respective subgroup's focus. The subgroup on institution building, administrative reform, legal and judicial reform, governance, and human rights exchanged views on key developments on human rights, anti-trafficking policies, and ratifications of international conventions, as well as Cambodia's multidimensional reform efforts and preparation towards the upcoming 2022 commune elections. The subgroup on trade and investment reviewed Cambodia-EU bilateral trade and the investment climate in Cambodia, noting that bilateral trade in 2020 and 2021 had passed the €4 billion mark. The meeting further discussed matters related to economic recovery measures, bilateral trade and investment relations, and both sides expressed a commitment to further strengthening cooperation to ensure Cambodia's investment climate remains open, well-facilitated, competitive, and conducive to sustainable socio-economic development. Finally, the subgroup on development cooperation highlighted the progress made in relation to EU's continued support to Cambodia's development, with particular appreciation for the adoption of the EU's new cooperation multi-annual indicative program valued at €155 million for the period between 2021 to 2024, and which focuses on the three priority areas of green growth and decent jobs, education and skills development, and good governance. Both parties exchanged progress on policy reform, particularly in the EU-supported sectors of education, public financial management, social protection, and fisheries, and expressed value for the progress in thematic and regional cooperation programs, such as ASEAN Regional Integration Support from the EU. At the end of the meeting, it was agreed that the 12th Cambodia-EU Joint Committee and its three subgroup meetings would be held in 2023 in Brussels. Darshana Guchin, EAC News.